I had a project come up that had just the most profoundly generic, like business. I mean, it was like project management or something.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
I started, it was so generic, and yet they wanted to use like their own words that like nobody else was using to describe what they were doing.
Right.
But also like, you use some of the words and that, there's probably like 50 words on the homepage, like nothing. And, you come up with, instead of like project recovery, and you come up with like, heroin recovery centers in the
Right.
area, or like, was the other one? The project management was like construction project management. It
Right.
wanted to lead you to. So like, I did leave some instructions to like specify something to warn a bit about that generic nature, that you were going to maybe get people that were not looking for you. So what advice do you have to combat somebody's business that is so like just amazingly generic in its
Yeah.
words?
Yeah. Great question. So, you know, in the Curious Ants process, we have a keyword research process. And one of the things we get out of that is data associated with words, right? Where we can say, nobody searches for this, but a bunch of people search for that, right? And so whenever I deliver a keyword research report to clients, I make sure there's a visual graph that shows a comparison so they can see, oh, wow, there's a lot of people not searching for that.
Hmm.
Because this is kind of one of these basic principles of SEO. SEO responds to demand, but does not create demand. So we can, if people are looking for us, we can help them find us, but we can't tell them to find us with a word that we like to be found by. So if I have a client that is just, no, I want to rank for this. Number one, I want to remind them that rank doesn't exist anymore. Right? Rank is a, and I have a whole article on Curious Ants about rank is stupid. And it basically goes through all the reasons why you should not focus on rank when you think about SEO. So let's say you end up ranking for a broad term like project management. Good luck ranking for that. That's going to be almost impossible anyway. But let's say you do, and that's not really what you provide. That rank is not going to help you get customers. And that's ultimately the point. But worse, if no one's searching for it, we can get you to rank for something. If no one looks for it, you're not going to get any customers either. Like I had a client, a law firm client, they're like, we want to rank for catastrophic injury lawyers. And I'm like, the data, nobody uses that word because everybody thinks their injury is catastrophic, right? So they don't describe it as catastrophic because everybody thinks I got a fingernail. Oh no, it's a catastrophe, right? That they're like, we don't want small cases. We only want big cases. So we got them in the rank for catastrophic injury lawyer, and we could show them they got nothing out of it, right? But what I do, because that's a painful process, months in, now we rank for it and you're getting nothing and they hurt. But what I'll do is I'll do Google searches and say, are these your competitors? If someone found you amongst those people, could it become a customer? And if it's, well, sort of, then you go into your keyword research that shows, here is what people are looking for. Would this be better? Yes. Right? So going to Google and showing them the search results can help with this process. Showing them data associated with the words so they don't go into, and reminding them that Google SEO responds to demand, doesn't create demand. So if nobody's searching for it, and what you have is so unique, and you're first to market with a product that no one knows exists yet, then you maybe need to look at other marketing channels besides SEO, because SEO can't help that business grow. You need to contact a PR firm and get that word out, because wow, congratulations, you developed something completely new. Be proud of that, but SEO is not going to be the way to promote that. So I love SEO, but it doesn't solve everybody's marketing problems, right? You got it. And so just when you're selling SEO, make sure you don't get yourself into the problem of, oh no, like I've got to create demand for a product no one knows exists yet. That's not what you can do with an SEO. And you could try. I've tried it. It doesn't work. I'm not a specialist in PR. It's not a great campaign. So now if you get clients from a boss or a sales team and you have to do it, then show them the data and push it back up and remind them, hey, we can't make this promise because these numbers don't exist. So honestly, that's one of the reasons I went out on my own, because I was tired of sales teams coming and saying, hey, will you SEO this? I mean, I can, but not going to do anything, because nobody was looking for it. And they just sold the project. And it's like, oh, that hurt me to take money from someone and not be able to help them. Does that give you some help, Anama?
It does. And I had, check different searches in trends and things. And, there were some that were clearly much better. So I did try and note that, as well as, cautioning them a little bit too. But it is kind of the first one where I really had to caution them, because some of their phrasing was so generic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't just look in Google Trends data. Go to Bing Webmaster Tools.
I did.
Yeah. That's great data. Even if it's smaller, it's still really good. Yeah. But yeah, don't be discouraged. That's a super common problem. It's kind of like what we talked about. Clients who know about link building can almost hurt themselves. Clients who think they know their search keywords really can hurt themselves. I don't know how many times, like I did a big keyword research project, and they're like, yeah, but we don't want to describe ourselves that way, and just totally ignored everything. And it's just like, well, I mean, I got paid, but I don't feel really good about getting paid for that. And I'm particularly proud of that.
Yeah, I think where I draw the line on that is if I've warned them, like I try to give 3 warnings, and if they still say no, do it our way, I make them put it in writing. You have to send me an email saying do it this way, not what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
So that, because you're going to be unhappy, and I'm not taking the fall for it.
Yep. I actually have it in my agreement that if you don't take my advice, results will be hampered.
There you go.
So you don't have to take my advice, but if you don't expect things to work. I mean, I've been wrong many times before, right? And it could be I'm wrong, but yeah. Don't be discouraged, Anala. These are common SEO problems.